I've never really had anything to do with the investing industry or anything like that. I've just spent 40 years of my life being in the building industry, and it was probably a little over 10 years ago when I saw in a bookstore, I saw your first book, and it sort of jumped out at me, and I just thought, wow, I had an interest in it, but it just couldn't bring it all together. There was no way to work out what to do, and I think the first night I read the book straight through, and then the next day again, and that's where it all began, I think, and that's why I got in touch with you guys, and that's where it all began. I always, right from the start, I wanted to retire sooner rather than later, because obviously that having your freedom is something that can't be bought back later on. And to bring retirement forward 10 or 20 years, that's priceless. And have the time to do the things that matter and like to take care of your health and just to enjoy holidays and travel. With what your company has taught me with having plans in place and testing them, it's just such a reassuring feeling. I always felt that if I have to ask the man on the street what I should buy or stock tips, I think you're already lost before you start if you go that way. You need to have the security within yourself and what you've been taught, and with the right mentors and teachers, that, you know, when the stuff hits the fan, you know that you're okay, that you can take the right steps. In the building industry, with my trade, I'd worked it out years ago what I was doing, and there was no challenge there anymore, and it was just hard work as well. I just was fascinated by the way the markets work, and it was just a goal to, without having a great superannuation system of my own, because I worked for myself for many years, and I guess you put yourself last, I thought I needed to think about it. I'm not getting any younger, and that's why I decided I need to give it closer attention. I think it just had to be something that had integrity. After reading your books and just looking into Wealth Within more, it just felt like that was the right way to go, and you had a lot of information that the person could look at without having to step into a course straight away. And that was reassuring, and it made a lot of sense, and a lot of things that I read in your books you talked about, it proved to work out to be true. There was a lot of things out there that are probably dodgy, I think is the way I'd put it, and you guys were a standout apart from that. With the recent market events, it was a little bit of a scary time, but it was testing as well, and I learned a lot from it, and I've come through quite well. I'm really happy about it, and a lot wiser without losing capital. The support people were fantastic, you know, very forgiving, and if I had to need a little bit more time for something, the support was great all the way through. If you just jump in without the knowledge, it's very dangerous, and there's the sinking feeling of losing capital. It's horrible. You're better off to put some of your hard-earned money into getting your right education, and clearly Wealth Within's where I'd recommend anybody go. And you guys, you have the support there. You're not pushy. It just helps you all along, and the small cost of doing the course is nothing compared to what you can avoid losing, but more importantly, what you can make. You'll certainly cover itself in no time. And I'd say to anyone else that just don't take as long as I did. Just focus, turn off the TV, make sure the screen you've got on is Wealth Within. I think it's brought forward retirement 10 or 20 years ahead, and I can enjoy some free time with my wife and with the people around me, and I don't have to do a back-breaking trade work anymore in the building trade, I should say, and that's priceless. You just can't get the time back, you know, and I've been able to bring that forward. It's made a huge difference to quality of life. But particularly looking at the psychological aspect and how your mind works in certain scenarios, I've learned a lot from that, and I feel like I've come through it really well. I've always done my normal career before being in the investment, in the share trading, and it was okay, but I actually really enjoy this. The two things I give a lot of attention to is my wife and my home life, and my study and investing. The two of those together make a pretty amazing life.